You know, hammer technology really hasn't changed that much over the years. There have been some improvements. There are different styles. I will say this, though. There's one thing that's been added in recent years, more recently, that so many people don't even know it's there on their hammer. They don't even realize it, that this new technology's been added. We're gonna tell you what it is. You're gonna have to wait around though, because I wanna go over some options and offerings, and then we're gonna give you a little secret. We're gonna give you my little tip at the end. This is my S-Wing framing hammer. It's got the milled face. I gotta tell you, that milled face is pretty smoothed down. This hammer is probably 20 years old. It rides in my tool bag. I use this for everything, even demolition. But it's a nice, sturdy hammer. It's got the straight jaws on it for prying. This is a good hammer. Here is a very similar or newer version of that same hammer. I mean, they're almost identical, okay? But this is from Vaughan. This is a 22-ounce hammer as well. It's got the milled face. The milled face on this, you can see it's already starting to wear down from using it like on things like demolition. This is a made in USA hammer as well. I will say the one big difference is they have this wooden insert in the Vaughan. I think it's supposed to help with vibration. And that's some newer type technology. You can see this is all steel. There's nothing in there. People ask me, you know, which hammer's best? Which hammer should I buy? I'm gonna tell you, I mean, I would almost use these interchangeably, okay? I like the milled face because it's versatile, especially for a framing hammer. A lot of people don't know what's the real reason for a milled face as opposed to a smooth face. The milled face helps when you're using galvanized fasteners, nails. It helps to not remove that galvanized finish off of your fastener. Did you know that? Leave it down in the comment section below. But literally, if someone took old Trusty from me, I would probably move on to this Vaughan full time. This would be my EDC. I'd have no problem with it. Feels really good. We also have different weights and sizes. When people ask, you know, what size should I be using? It all depends on what you're doing with it. You know, what size fasteners you're going to be driving, what's your work, what type of work you're doing. Okay. Quite frankly, if I am installing trim work, I'll carry something smaller. This is my trim hammer. This is a 16-ounce. This is a Stanley Black & Decker. I've had this for a long time, and I really just use it when I'm doing trim work. So I don't worry about having fiberglass handle or graphite, whatever. It says graphite. It looks like a fiberglass handle to me, because generally I'm not going to be swinging it and striking and damaging this neck. I have the curved jaw. This way, if I need to get into a tighter spot, remove a fastener, that curved jaw could get me in, possibly into a tighter area. But remember, if the nail has been driven deeper, you're going to need to tilt the hammer back further. You might not be able to grab it with your curved jaw hammer. You might need to get in there with a cat's paw or your straight jaw hammer. I mean, it all depends on the fastener. Some people like curved jaw, some people like flat jaw. I like to have both. I just do. That's why I always will carry my framing hammer and my finish hammer with me. Now, there are other style hammers that have, you could switch out the heads and have this composite handle, and the heads have shot in them. They're very, very complex. They're taking an item that's very simplistic and adding technology to it. Along with that technology, though, comes a cost. Some of these hammers are $300, maybe even $400. People ask me, is it worth it? That's not an answer that I can give you. You have to decide if you need that extra technology, how much of that hammer swinging you're going to be doing. Is it going to maybe make your job easier? Or if you're aging or have bad joints, maybe it will allow you to continue to do your job. And with a standard hammer, maybe you want to be able to do that all day long work. I mean, these are questions you have to answer for yourself. Is it worth it? I think that my standard steel-necked hammer has been serving me for over 2 decades. No problem. I love it. Still use it. Do I see a reason to upgrade to something that costs $400? Me, personally, not necessarily. Not for what I'm using it for. So, just being honest with you. I gotta tell you, this Husky hammer was only, I believe, like $10. It's a really nice hammer. Once again, steel neck. It has a nice cushion handle. This is a 20-ounce hammer. This is a very nice hammer offering. And this is where we get to the part where you need to maybe pay attention to what they're adding to your hammer. Because I know that this hammer looks very similar to the other hammers, right? It looks very similar to my trim hammer in that it's smaller, right? It also looks very similar to my framing hammer because it's got a steel neck and it has straight jaws, right? And it looks very similar to this Vaughan hammer because, quite frankly, the Vaughan hammer is still pretty new and in good condition. And so is this Husky hammer. But this Husky hammer has one thing added to it that these other hammers don't have. And I think if you look closely at your hammer, if you've bought it in recent years, you might not realize that your hammer has it as well. And here it is. We have a galvanized nail. You ready? Here's the secret, everybody. Let's just say you needed to set a nail. Or let's just say you had to reach up and get into an area. Maybe you couldn't reach with both hands. You needed to reach way up. Or these hammers have an additional function. It's a nail setting function. What they've done is they've added a little magnet into the head of the hammer. You place your nail in there. Boom. Your nail is set. You're able to strike your nail. Did you see that? See how cool that is? So you get your nail. You set it in this little area. This is where your nail head would rest. And then right here is the magnet. It holds your nail in place. Look at that. Ready? And there you have it. There's that added little feature to more recent hammers that you probably weren't aware of. And if you like becoming aware of features that you were unaware of, then smash the like button. Also, if this is your first time here, you're gonna wanna get subscribed and tap the bell. Why do you wanna tap the bell? Because. With that, I wanna say, I appreciate every single one of you being here. Thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you all on the next one.
Video's over, but I know you want more. So this is how you're going to get it. First thing you need to do is pretend you're this guy. And you're here at the birthplace of freedom. Now ring that bell like it's 1776 and let all notifications through. What? You're not subscribed yet? Well, smash this button here. After that, watch this video here, and maybe over here. See you later.